Frantz Kantor. I'm a caricaturist, cartoonist, illustrator, toon talker, and I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum.
Fantastic. And what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about
Batman.
That's the 60s. This is a book came out in the 90s after Batman the animated series was in its, I think, the second season, and it's basically the making of a classic cartoon. So Batman obviously has gone through a lot of different variations in comics and film and TV, and this was his first venture into back into animation after several years. And of course it created this iconic Art Deco world, very dark, but at the same time it was a cartoon that was addressed to children, to kids. So they designed the cartoon from the ground up, and it's basically created a whole new direction for Batman. Up until this time, of course, Batman was designed, it was always, going to be a very serious character, a serious story. But up until this time, really, but the whole world of Gotham wasn't explored.
Yeah,
very
but
much.
they've kept the best part of the Bob Kane design. That's what I like about this show.
The best part of the design
Yeah,
of
the
Batman.
original design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot
so
of
strong, just so strong.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
who published this?
this is published by Harper Entertainment, HarperCollins.
Yeah, Paul Binney and
Paul Dini and Chip Kidd
yeah.
are the writers, the compilers of this. Now, I just want to sort of start. You can't really go into the world of animated Batman or anything without talking about one guy in particular, and that's Bruce Timm. So he's sort of the go-to guy for DC, certainly for animated Batman and Superman, etc. He changed the whole world of animation, and we owe a lot to him. You wouldn't have really much in terms of Ben 10 or any of the modern animated series, animation adventure series, without a homage to this film, this TV this series, Batman animated, and the work of Bruce Timm.
So this is 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This came out in March 1998.
Yeah.
So the cover art, all of the art inside is Bruce Timm. You see, Bruce Timm is a very accomplished
Ooh, look at that.
designer,
Yeah.
and character designer and comic artist.
This is great stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, powerful work.
Yeah.
This is, if you love film noir and you love Batman, certainly if you love animation, you have to own this book.
Gee, can you imagine if Fritz Lang directed this film?
Yeah. So these, they got some of the best artists in the business. Eric Radomski. That was a pan shot. That was like a tilt pan where the camera zoom, tilted down or tilted up. Yeah. Strong stuff. So you can see some of the Warner's classic squash and stretch sensibilities coming to the fore here. And there's almost there's a very classic Batman cowl shot against the moon, the red blood moon.
So powerful.
Yep. So the idea of the series was to have Batman as this icon, very much like the symbol. So every shot that Batman had, every pose was an icon shot.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
fully succeeded.
Yeah. So the world was kind of like a combination of a 1930s, 40s New York, Gotham, and with the water towers, etc.
It could be out of Vertigo.
Yeah.
Ooh, Some nice caricatures.
These are some caricatures of the people working there. There's a Bruce Timm, a caricature of Bruce Timm by Ted Blackman. Eric Radomski by Bruce Timm. It's a nice one.
The guys all sit at someone's desk.
Yeah, you can see some of this, Mr. Freeze, some of the first generation figurines that came out. There's some great caricatures of the people working there. Writer-producer Paul Dini by Bruce Timm.
Black and white.
Yep.
Two-Face.
Yep. So the references were, these impossible Art Deco
Buildings.
New York buildings, and
Beautifully
some of
lit from below.
the simplicity of Hanna-Barbera designed by Alex Toth, as you can see there. So that was a lot of the influences to the line and the design of the characters, the thinking behind it. And then he had, they brought in some of the best graphic designs from Warner Brothers Animation. So again, hero shots. Batman the series is all about hero shots. These hero shots are very, very important because it gives you punches the brand into the mind, into the brain of the viewer.
Vertigo.
Yeah. But look at these storyboards. I mean, the storyboards for the series was beautiful. They were beautiful, beautifully done.
Just
look at the zip tone.
Next one.
Yeah. These are strong graphics.
Kurtzman.
So the storyboards work so well. These are the title pages, title panels for the series.
And also in
lovely understanding and aesthetic of film noir.
Using
Beautiful use of film
the
noir.
film noir, titles from films.
Yeah.
What a beautiful.
Some mood boards. Mood boards designed to create what's the color of the scene. So we know what the action looks like. What's the color of the backgrounds? So these are
Dong, dong, dong.
These are drawn by Bruce Timm, colored by Eric Radomski. This is looking very, very much like Metropolis, the film,
War
which
of the
is
Worlds.
Also an influence for Mr. X, the comic by Dean Motta.
Okay.
It's a beautiful use of shadows. You can see Batman the series is very, very much about the shadows, the unseen. So out of the shadows comes the Avenger. So the crooks work in the shadows, and out of the shadows comes vengeance, right? So you see, these are storyboards. These are storyboards. This is amazing. The action and the design, the accomplishment of this series, and forging a new direction for animation, for action animation. There's the guys. The voices behind them, So who have we got here? Aaron Kincaid, Killer Croc. Mark Hamill, there you go, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is the iconic Joker. You cannot imagine the Joker without the voice of Mark Hamill. So there's some great Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy's, obviously Batman. Oh, and here we go. Where's Penguin? Kevin Conroy, Batman. This guy, I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Paul Williams. He's the Penguin. Paul Williams. Yeah. So, amazing. Look at the versatility of Bruce Timm. He'll do these beautiful, sexy little cartoons, funny little cartoons. Look at the energy here. It's like, reminiscent of Harvey Kurtzman.
Well, this wasn't in a television series, but
these are.
But just
these
you
are.
couldn't get away with this.
No, these are cards. These are like, thanks for working on the show.
Yeah.
Happy birthday and stuff.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah. So these are some quick. There's a lot of art in this show. This is really pioneered the use of art in animation. which has never really been seen to this level since probably the 1940s, where you saw Flesch's Superman animated, where you could see a lot of art done there.
Well, that's what I was thinking, looking at this stuff,
design.
except this is so much better.
Well, they've put more energy into
yeah.
it, yeah. They've put more time and energy and love into this.
Yeah.
There you have the black and white, and there's a coloured version. So these are, look at the...
This is like the
it's
Chrysler,
beautiful.
Chrysler building, but
Yeah.
done in
Yeah.
their version.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
So, you know, these are beautiful pan and tilts.
Yep.
They're boards. That's a board. Wow. These are some backgrounds for the show. It's, you know, unbelievable. The world that they created for this show has never really been equaled.
Each one of these is iconic. Each one.
Yeah. Well, the premise was Batman. Every shot of Batman has to equal the logo. So every shot has to be a winner. You know,
Yeah.
the iconic flying through the air with the help of the rope, the iconic leaping over objects. You know, the iconic landings, and everything was to do with
The heroic stance.
Yeah, but it was Batman centric. So it was only Batman. They worked out the poetic use of the Batman moves, the Batman lands, the Batman expressions.
Yeah.
You know, everything was beautifully designed.
Well, he's got. I mean, he's probably. I think he's the iconic superhero, and primarily because of his design.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. But this trumps everything that's ever been done in film. So whenever you're looking at Batman, you have to look at Bruce Timm's Batman, because it's unbelievable. The genius that's gone into creating this character, which is so perfect for, as you said, the original concept. You know, Bob Kane's Batman. This is how
It
he's
was all
supposed
shadows
to be.
and angles.
Yeah.
As a kid, I remember just
Yeah.
looking at all the shadows and
detective.
angles.
Yeah,
you know?
the rogue detective.
Yeah.
You know, his women in Bruce Timm's girls are you know, again, iconic. They're beautiful. They're sensitive without being you know, overtly sexy. They're sensitive. They've got a lot of energy and poise and elegance and you know, and character. They tell the stories. Yeah. I mean, look at some of the expressions that they delve into the inner workings of Alfred.
Ah, yes.
There's some of the rushed storyboards, some of the things they set the scene up, then they don't have to draw up all of this, you know, rendering in the background again. But they've established the mood, and then what happens? And he puts the mask on. I mean, the composition of these frames, you have to see it to believe it. It's like it's sheer joy to
It's
see
telling
it.
the story.
Yeah.
Each
Some of the
film
early
is-
merchandise
Yeah.
from the show. Of course, it became, you know, the figures became a big thing. Some tattoos. Noodles. So that, you know, it gave vitality to the franchise. Again, if you want to talk business, it gave vitality to the franchise. But these two characters here, the Joker Batman, are never stronger than the animated Batman series. The two protagonists are so equally matched by action and energy and thought and, you know, the sheer power. Look at this. Look at the action here, the swipe with the fish. It's just, you know, it's like Batman and Joker are the yin and yang. They're the
Yes.
yin and yang.
Yes.
The dark and the light.
Yes.
One balances the other. One is impulsive, the other slow to action. Harley Quinn was a beautiful foil. I think it was created for the animated series, and then of course came from the animated series into comics and now into film. So this is where it started. She's the foil. She's the foil. So he has to be always aggressive, you know, I mean, look at this. Is right out of Harvey Kurtzman. This energy,
jumping out of the
action,
skin,
beautiful simplicity
just jumping out of the skin,
of the
energy.
design and the energy. Yeah. So she's a perfect foil for him. You know, she softens his hard edges.
Well, he's a maniac. He's crazy.
He is a maniac. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is Kirby-esque in its energy. Oh, it's a great page, isn't it? A great page.
Yeah. Just the sheer power of these two fighting in comics. It's never ever been done before or since, ever. You've never had this beautiful ballet of the dark and the light, of the good and the bad, you know, and the good in the bad and the bad in the good.
I'm starting to get the impression that you like the show. I'm starting to get the impression you like the show.
This is the best animated series ever produced. Especially in action. I do love Hanna-Barbera, obviously, but in action, you're looking about an action cartoon. Yeah. Boom, there you go, Batman.
This is a hell of a book.
Series.
This is a hell of a book for a start.
Yeah.
It's one of the best designed animated books I've ever seen.
Yep. Yeah, this is Catwoman, obviously, you know. Yeah, these are the storyboards. You know, look at how beautiful they are. You could blow each one of these up, and it's like art. So strong and simple. Two-Face. You know, there's a rough design for the title card. Two-Face again, you know, paying homage to the 1940s.
Yeah.
The grotesqueness of some of the Dick Tracy characters.
Yes.
You know, Flat Top and Mumbles and all of the others.
Yeah.
You know, and even like to the Dick Tracy serial of the 1940s with Boris Karloff. So here you go. You know, Penguin, voiced by the guy, the singer, John Williams. Williams. Yeah.
Oh, the singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Williams. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. A beautiful. There's still elements of the 1966 Penguin. You know, the the guy from.
You mean the television show?
The television show.
Yeah.
Still some semblance of Penguin. You know, I mean, comparably to, say, Gotham, which is the current TV series, you know, where he has no references to the 1966
he's reacting with alarm.
TV Batman, yeah. So these are boards. These are boards, folks. They're done by a lot of the cartoonists, a lot of the animators. Animators' boards are beautifully designed. They're like ballet, you know. And they also work in comics as well.
Let's pull that over.
Yeah, look at that. How about that for an explosion? That's right out of Kubert.
Yeah.
Joe Kubert. War.
Yep.
Look at that. Here's my favorite of all the Batman villains. Not my particular favorite of this cartoon series, but definitely my favorite Batman villain of all time.
How was that drawn?
That's a stipple.
Yeah.
That's like a, that's a stipple.
Powerful, very powerful.
So little buttons.
These are just...
So this is the Riddler.
Yeah.
Question mark, right? Yeah. Mad Hatter.
Alice in Wonderland,
And Scarecrow and the Mr. Freeze. Iconic Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze, oh my God, this is kind of like out of the 1940s Fleischer cartoons almost. I mean, look at these. This is... How can I explain this? The Mr. Freeze of this.
They do remind me of the Superman films that the Fleischer did.
Well, they're referencing a lot of the great stuff. Yeah. You get a chance to look at Fleischer's cartoons of Superman.
That's very 40s.
Yeah. Well, Gotham City's kind of stuck in this time loop, in a way. You know, with these huge cars. You know, the 1940s sedans,
Yeah.
these big vehicles.
The serials.
Yeah.
Full of them.
So that gives it its grounding, its chunkiness, you know.
Yeah.
This is a very, I'm not a big fan of Poison Ivy. She looks very Tinkerbellish to me. But Bruce Timm again,
Bit Preston
you know,
Blairish.
when he does his, a little bit of Preston Blair. But you can see the 1940s style lipstick. This is
Yeah.
right out of, early Disney. And,
Very Tinkerbelly.
yeah. And Eisner's The Spirit series, you know. This is Killer Croc. Not a big fan of Killer Croc.
Kirby-esque.
Very Kirby-esque
Yeah.
version of oh gosh, what's his
Oh,
name?
here it is. It says that too. For Bane, okay.
Bane, yeah.
Because it's connected to the back of his head, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a chemically induced villain.
Yeah.
He actually kills Batman, Bane, in an animated season. Murders him.
On the kid show?
Yes.
Oh.
You can't look at it as a kid show. It's a dark kid
it's
show.
very dark. It's just, I mean, I'm just...
Yeah, let's get some of these. Look at some of these shots here. Look at this. You know, these are. This is a drawing to be painted for a background.
Yeah.
But look at the incredible use of perspective and architecture to give this feeling of this city gone crazy. It's like an Albert Speer designed city. You know, of Gotham.
Yeah.
Everything is bigger than normal. It's kind of like, I think Albert Speer got a lot of his influence from the design of New York, a lot of the original drawings of New York, which were done
the
with
rest of the
metropolis.
world. Yeah, the rest of the world was just
feel.
fascinated with what was happening in New York.
Well, kind of people saw buildings. They saw buildings in the film Fritz Lang's Metropolis, and then they thought that would work in New York. So they did some drawings of that. And if you ever see some of the drawings of New York, I think they were in the early part of the book.
Yeah.
Where you have this impossible
Very.
architecture. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's straight out of Fritz Lang.
Yeah, but it's epic too. It's epic.
Well, that New York was designed to be epic. It was designed to be a Fritz Lang metropolis. And of course, Speer looked at that and said, "Oh, that's for me." And he created this imposing.
It's a
structures.
beautiful book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So obviously the series gone through different iterations and aesthetic redesigns, etc., etc. But you can basically, this is Bruce Timm. This is Bruce Timm's take. The simplicity comes from Alex Toth.
Yes.
Looking at the way that Alex Toth would design Space Ghost or something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking back
And
here.
then given this incredible energy from, looking at cartoons like Kurtzman, Harvey Kurtzman. Please go out and source out some Harvey Kurtzman stuff. You'll see the energy in the line and how things jump out at you. So some of the merchandise here, you're getting the little wasp waists of the characters, the incredible, the use of perspective in the show and the iconic shots.
He's DC.
The Creeper.
Yeah, that's Steve Ditko character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he's traditional. That's traditional. I forget what's his name who did that. That's the stuff
the
I
1950s and 60s
that's
Batman.
the stuff I grew up with.
Yeah.
But I preferred the older reprints of the very early Kane ones,
Yeah.
God, look at him, how chunky he is here. Look, the nerd Robin.
Well, this is taking Frank Miller's seminal graphic novel, Dark Knight Returns. Yeah. So that's this series here. So this book is quite complete. Look at this. It's got the beautiful, Batman. I can't remember the name of the series. The Legends of the Dark Knight, I think it's called. That's another series. You've got to get these on DVD. They're a joy to look at. Look at the way that they've answered the design possibilities of
robotic cyborg Batman.
Yes,
Look at that side elevation.
Frank Miller.
Look at that side elevation.
Yeah, but this is pure Frank Miller.
Yeah, I know. The use of the red too. He
Yeah.
uses a lot of red, Frank.
Yeah, Frank Miller's not great on secondary characters, but that's fine. You know.
Creepy bat-like.
Yeah. Well, that's the other character. I think that's Robin. That became the I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's pretty complete. This book, you know.
And as Batman leaves our
Fade to Black.
Fade to Black.
Yeah,
To be continued.
So I don't know whether there's another book of this, continuing on with this, but
This is
the most amazing book. When I picked this up, I recognized this. I saw the series and fell in love with the characters all over again. But when I saw this, I had to have it because this is, for me, it's explained the complex nature
when
of
did
the
it come
show
out?
and
When
how
did it come out?
effective it was.
When did it come out?
It came out in the 1998, so it would be in the early 90s. Yeah,
Beautiful book.
mid-90s. Sorry, mid-90s. Batman the animated series.
I think
On TV.
all the Freudians would call him their favourite superhero.
Well, yeah, but he'd probably cite Freud as his superhero.
Well, it all came from those cards that he was playing. That Kane was. I mean, the Joker came first, I think, before he did Batman. The Joker came first because of the illustration.
All right. Well, Batman animated the series. We finally got around to doing something. This master book. You have to buy this book.
Beg, borrow, or steal for this
You
one.
must get this book. Yeah.
Yes.
This is Frantz Kantor,
And Jim Bridges.
and we'll catch you next time round.
See you later.